So, welcome. I'm going to share a practice with you today which should be suitable for the majority of people. But as ever with your physical practice, if you need or want to modify or change the practice in any way, or there's just bits you don't like and you want to change it for that reason, please feel free to listen to your body. This practice is a short practice designed to work through the body part by body part, and gently warm everything up. So it would be great as a standalone practice or as a practice that you then move into something else. Okay, we're going to start the first few poses and stretches sitting. So it's really important that you're comfortable when you're sitting down. You might want to pop a blanket or a cushion or something underneath your bottom to help make that happen. You can do most of these in a chair if you need to anyway, so just take whatever props you need as well. Okay, we're going to start with the feet in front of you, all right? And hands pretty much on the knees, and tune into the breath, and to the flow of the breath in and out of the body. There's no need to change the breath in any way, just listen to that natural flow of breath, however it's flowing for you today. And on an exhalation, I want you to round back. And on an inhale, lift the heart, the chest, curl back a little bit. Good. We're just going to do that a few times. We're going to do each movement 4, 5, 8, 10 breaths, something like that. Just matching your movement to your breath. And enjoying that bending, that flexion and extension of the spine. Good, let's do one more. Lovely. And we'll stretch the legs out. So again, the feet don't need to be really far apart, it's just a place that's comfortable for you. And we're going to take one hand up, one hand down, like you're holding a big ball. I'm going to move in the direction of the top fingers. So coming over towards that leg and up as you breathe in. And you can swap over all the time in the world, no rush. Exhaling over and up. I'm going to do a few more to either side. Good, let's do 2 more to either side. And at any point, actually, you just want to hold on and breathe and enjoy the stretch. Feel free to do that as well. And last one. Coming back to center when you're ready. No rush, no hurry. Clasping the hands in front of you, Chakti Chalanasana. We're going to gently circle around the knees. This is a lovely energizer. Wake you up, get your core moving. If you want to get a little bit more out of it, you can lean back. Let's do one more. And then we're going to change direction. One more. Landing back to center when you're ready. And bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet close together for butterfly. Giving your feet a little bit of love and attention whilst you're here. And then when you're ready, as you breathe out, can you lift your knees up towards your elbows? As you breathe in and come back out. This might not be a big movement for you if your hips are stiff today. That's okay, it doesn't matter. Don't feel either that you need to have your feet really close to your hips. Just be comfortable. Good. And the more you do this, the more you'll start to feel this in the inner thigh. We'll do maybe again just 1, 2 more. Alright, let's do twisted mermaid, one of my favourites here. Bring one foot in front of you and the other foot goes behind you. It doesn't matter so much how close to your hip that foot is, but if you can, try and have the sole facing outwards. Now, if your feet are really tight, you might want to put a blanket under that. And again, you might want to sit up a little higher on a blanket. Find a way for this to be comfortable for you. You take one hand out to the side, and then the hand that's on the top hip, the hip that's just off the floor, come to the hip here, and then when you're ready on an inhale, start to lift. And on an exhale, lower. It's not a big movement, but it's a really nice one for the sacroiliac area. If you get kind of lower back issues and hip problems, this can be easing for those things. And you'll know if it's working for you. It does make you feel good. This is one of those I quite often find that I drift off when I've been here for a few minutes doing it. But today we're going to move on a little bit more to the extended version. If you lift up and hold, so you can feel that little squeeze in the back of your glutes and your butt muscles back here. Take the other arm out a little further. If it's comfortable, you might find it happier to be on the elbow. It doesn't matter which version you use, so long as you're comfortable to take the top arm and circle up past your face, around your head. So now we've stabilised the hip joint. We're starting to work into the shoulders a little. You can do this with a straight arm or with a bend in the elbow. Just enjoy it. Good. And again, this is one where you might feel a desire to hold, stretch, and just breathe for a minute. Just enjoy the pose. And then we're going to come up and do all of that on the other side. I'm going to take this foot in front and that foot behind. Again, it's the slightly higher hip that you bring the hand to, the other hand out to the side just for balance, really. Just moving again with the rhythm of the breath. Enjoying that deep inner rotation of the thigh. The little squeeze naturally of the gluteal muscles behind you. And it will feel different from one side to the other for most of us. So if this isn't the happiest pose for you, it may well feel easier on the other side. Good, and again we're going to come up a little further. As I said, you can stay on the hand or come to the elbow. Either way, circling the top arm. Again, moving with the breath. Focusing not on achieving, but on experiencing the practice. And again, if you want to hold here, really stretch and enjoy it. And that's nice too. And here, hopefully, your hips will be comfortable enough to take a cross-legged position. If not, you can choose any one of the positions we've had. You can take your legs out wide or feet together. We're just going to do a couple of things with the hands and the arms. So moving into the shoulders and really getting the breath moving first. On the inhalation, you're going to take the arms all the way up. Exhale down the centre line to the heart. Good, let's do a few of those. Nice full, easeful breaths. One more. So we're going to move to the wrists and fingers and feet and toes, which are parts of the body we don't give a lot of love to in our practice a lot of the time, and yet they work so hard for us on a daily basis. Making gentle fists to begin with, and circling the wrists. And you can just circle them in opposite directions like this. If you want a little challenge for coordination, you can circle them like 2 clocks, telling the same time. Finding the fullest comfortable range of movement for the wrists. And again, moving roughly the rate of a breath per circle. Maybe going slower than you think. Let's do one more. And we can change direction when you're ready. Good. And one more. And we're releasing the wrist. Very simply stretching the fingers wide as you breathe in, squeezing them as you breathe out. You might hear my fingers clicking, they always do that. Really simple rhythmic movements like this, very calming for the nervous system. Let's do one more. Lovely. The hands nice and awake now. And bring the fingertips behind you and stretch the legs out in front underneath the ankles and the toes. I've been filming outside on the grass, so you'll forgive the state of the soles of my feet. But again, we can circle the ankles like 2 clocks, telling the same time. Finding once more a comfortable range of movement and coordination. Lovely, finding a simple rhythm to this. Changing direction when you're ready. You may find you're doing 2 ankle circles to each breath. One on the inhale, one on the exhale. That's okay too. To be honest, as long as you're breathing, that's the most important bit. Let's do one more like this. And then when you're ready, we're going to stretch the toes wide on the inhale. Squeeze them over and under on the exhale. Okay, let's do one. So from here, we're going to come off the bottom and we're going to come on to hands and knees. So it's important again that you're comfortable here. I've got a lovely thick mat, but if you don't and your knees get uncomfortable, you can pop something underneath your knees. You can do the same with your wrists, popping a blanket just underneath the heel of the wrist can be very comfortable. Just overall, be mindful of the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor so that your foundation is steady and comfortable. Very simple to begin with. As you breathe in, drop the belly and look up, lift the head. As you breathe out, lift the spine, looking towards your heart. And get that one going as a rhythmic movement. Breath and spine again, moving together. One of my favourite movements. But again, you don't have to stay with this. There's all sorts of lovely movements you can do from here. You can circle the hips horizontally. You can circle the belly vertically, taking it over to one side, up, across, down, you know. If you're feeling really fancy, you can try for figure 8. But what I really invite you to do is just spend a few breaths here, moving in any way that makes sense to you. responding to the desires of the body for movement, taking your weight all the way back, all the way forwards, if that feels good. There's 2 or 3 more breaths here. One more. Lovely. We're going to step 1 foot forwards here, bringing the hands a little wider to the side, on the inside of that foot, and circle the hips again horizontally. It's almost as if you're lubricating, oiling the hip joint on that side. And then from here, we can take the same elbow to that front knee and either circle the top arm, or it might be nice just to hold and breathe. Find the stretch that is comfortable. Okay, we're going to come down. We're going to do all of that on the other side. 1 foot backwards, 1 foot forwards again, both hands on the inside of that front foot. Moving through the front hip here. Moving within a comfortable, safe range of movement for you. And then again, taking elbow to that front knee. Take the other arm up and either circle with the top arm or just hold and stretch, depending on what you're most drawn to today. Coming down, we'll step back, walking the knees back. You can bend the elbows, letting the heart lead the way if you can on the way to the floor, or just coming to the floor in any way that makes sense to you today. Stretching the legs long behind you. Inhale, lift through the heart, gentle cobra pose. Exhale, release back down. You can stay with this very simple movement. Or if you're feeling more adventurous and everything's comfortable in your neck, your shoulders, your lower back, you can be more sinuous, wriggling through it a little bit more. Neither of those is comfortable for you. Another alternative is to come off the elbows. Lengthening the heart forwards. Lifting the chin a little. Whichever version you prefer. Then resting down, placing the hands by the side of the ribs, pushing back to hare pose for a few breaths. With hare pose, the hips come towards the heels, the feet are flat if that's comfortable for you. You may find you need to pop something underneath your bottom so you lift yourself up, or you might find that your feet don't want to go flat. But find a way to be comfortable here, or a version of this that works for you. Forehead coming towards the floor. Pushing, if you can, gently into the hands, lengthening through the back of the body. Take a few breaths here. So for our last few poses, we're going to move towards a standing position, taking your time. You can walk your hands back, lift up, back into cat-cow, tucking the toes under. We're going to move towards a squat, lifting the knees back, finding a place that's comfortable for you to squat to. You might be very low, you might be down here, you might be higher up, depending on your hips, your hamstrings, all sorts of things. If this is very difficult for you, you can do all of this actually just with the hands on the knees. The main thing is the knees are bent. And as you breathe in, you're going to drop the bottom, lift the head, arch a little bit. And as you breathe out, lift your bottom, straighten the legs a little, drop the head. So this is what that looks like if you keep the hands on the knees. This is what it looks like with the fingertips on the floor. Whatever you do, try to make sure that your knees move in the same direction, but your toes point in. If you're feeling very energetic today, and everything lines up well for you, you can all the way down, and all the way up. That's very energizing, but quite strong. You might not want to do 50 of them. Let's do one more. And then when you're ready, keeping that bend in the knees, slowly uncurling the spine, coming up to standing. Do a little movement to the shoulders, bringing the hands towards you in front. On an inhale, let's take the hands wide. Exhale, come back together. There's a lot of pre-movement in this as well, so depending on how much you want to move today, you can let the spine, the knees move. You may well find that as the hands move backwards, your palms turn up, and your hands move forwards, your palms turn down. And if they do, that's a lovely movement to play with. Good, and you just reach at the peak and the extent of that for you today, and then start to bring it back down. And then finally, for our standing poses, let's do one standing balance. Let's do tree pose. You can be very comfortable, very stable, bringing one ankle to the inner edge of the other ankle. If you're feeling stable and comfortable, you can come a little higher, or you can come higher still. And then, if it's comfortable, taking the arms up and down to the heart and holding for a few breaths. Remembering that if you fall over, it's not important. Finding both serenity and playfulness if you can in the pose. And I'm going to try and dismount gracefully without wobbling too much. Into my wobbly leg. We'll see how we do on this side. Not too bad. Hands to heart. And again, a few breaths. Thinking about drawing into the centre, particularly the centre line of the body. Keeping the breaths moving even. If you're clenching the jaw, it's a good sign you're working too hard. And let's dismount. So you've probably got things to get on with, but I really encourage you to take a couple of minutes at the end of your practice to rest and integrate. Just bring everything back together, back down to the ground again. We're going to spend a couple of minutes. You can do that sitting, in whatever sitting position works for you, or you can lie down. Either way is going to work, but I'm going to give you a minute just to get yourself comfortable. And I've got a timer on my phone that's quite useful. I'm going to, let's just have 3 minutes, shall we? You can rest for 3 minutes, right? So whatever position you're in, let whatever part of your body is in contact with the ground be held by the ground, held by the earth. Feel the weight of that connection, of you and the planet that supports you. Feeling the welcome of the ground for you. Let your upper body, your heart, your chest in particular, be buoyant. Let your breath flow as fully and naturally as you can in this moment. There's no need to push it in any way, shape or form. So that with each breath out, you settle a little deeper. With each breath in, you rise and open a little bit. And with each exhalation, each breath out now, taking the focus of your awareness all the way down to the tips of the toes and the tips of your fingers. And with each inhalation, each breath in, taking your awareness up to the crown of your head, flowing in that way up and down the body, up and down the body. Up and down the body. And noticing how each breath is unique, might be slightly shorter, slightly longer, slightly fuller or shallower. And you can take all the time you need to return to the world. You can, if you'd like to, stretch and wriggle and deepen the breath. And as you're doing that, I'm going to finish the practice. Breathe. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. By which we mean, may all things in all worlds know peace and know joy. From my heart to yours. Namaste.